This episode is brought to you by Little's Lawn Care. Little's Lawn Care is the all-you-need lawn care people. You need your yard mowed, you need your leaves blowed out of your yard, you need your gutters cleaned out. Contact Little's Lawn Care at 276-698-5104. Again, that number is 276-698-5104. You can text them and you can call him. His name is Brandon Little. He's an incredible person, and be sure you let him know that Tyler sent you.
And we're live. Happy Monday morning. Hopefully everyone has had a wonderful week so far. If it's your first time tuning in, this is Tyler's Talking Sports. On the other side of the mic, my brother from another mother, Tyler Hess, and myself, Tyler Castle, bringing you Tyler's Talking Sports. And this one's labeled Rivalry Week, Region 2D Champs, and Playoff Drama. Hess.
Yeah.
What a lineup. What an episode we got coming for these guys.
Yes.
But as always, before we get into the episode,
yeah,
how was your weekend? And did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Buddy, Thanksgiving was great. Other than my mother being sick, she wasn't able to attend Thanksgiving. She had some stomach stuff going on, but she's doing better.
Shout out to Lisa.
But I went and see my grandparents, my mom and papa, and then I went and see my mama Brenda and my uncle Gary and Annis and them, and seen them at Mama Brenda's, and then had a little Thanksgiving.
Annis,
Gary and Annis.
Really?
Yeah, that's my mama's sister, Mama Brenda. That's her sister.
I didn't know that. Okay, Annis. Okay.
Annis. Yep.
What a name.
Yeah, Annis. It's an old one. Old-timey.
Annis.
Annis.
All right. All right. Yep, that's new. I just wasn't expecting. I wanted to make sure I was hearing that correctly in my headset. Annis. Okay. Not Janice, but Annis. Yeah. All right. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Just double checking. In case anybody wants to know. Yeah. In case anybody wants to know, Annis.
Seen them, and then Krista's mom and her brother from Missouri came over to our house. We had Thanksgiving here, and
That's good.
got the turkey up, had a good little meal, and then me and Braxton ended up playing some Fortnite together Friday night. And then
Did they on the Fortnite? Not to get off topic, but did they have like a Stranger Things theme going on right now, or is that already passed?
No, they got them in the store right now. You can buy all the characters.
Okay, I saw a video on it, and I was like, "Wow, it looks really cool."
Yeah, they got the the four main people, and then they got Vecna. You can be a Demogorgon and all that stuff. And
That's pretty cool.
The battle bus.
Not that I'm into Stranger Things or anything. I don't want people to think I'm too much of a nerd.
Not to get off subject of Fortnite, but the battle bus got shot down. The battle bus driver, he's dead.
Really? What season? What season's it in now?
This is called Chapter 7, season 1 of 7, but this is like the 100th or I don't know 80th something season. I don't really know. But now you surf in. You don't drop in. You surf in on a big wave.
Surf in. Everybody come in at the same time?
Yeah, everybody comes in, but you're at different sides. You can't get to the other, before you could ride the bus across the map and then jump.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Now you can only go to the side that you surf in on, and it's random, so you don't really know where you're going to drop to begin with. That's pretty cool. Self-revive. They got self-revive in there now.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is Tyler's Talking Fortnite.
Yeah. Me and Braxton played a lot. I was helping him with his battle pass. That was pretty fun.
I haven't played in a few years. It's a fun game.
It was fun to play. I hadn't played video games in a while, so that was fun. And got to hang out with him for a little bit, so that was cool. Instead of usually goes in his room and talks to his buddies, this time he wanted to hang with Dad, so that was pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
But after that, today, Sunday, went to church with the family and came back home, did a few things, then played a big game with Blakely. Don't even know what it was called, but she made it up the whole way. That was pretty cool. She was superhero Blakely, and I was Daddy Robot, and whole thing.
There you go.
But right before we got on, I was watching your Steelers and Bills play.
It was like 7-3.
Josh Allen and Cam Hayward just going at it, talking a bunch of smack. That was pretty cool. But other than that, it was great. What about you, buddy? How was your Thanksgiving? How was your weekend? I know you've been busy.
It was good. Actually ended up working on Thanksgiving a little bit for my big boy job, so I had to work a little bit there, and then ended up working Friday as well. But it was good. Went to my in-laws' house for a little while, and then my parents' house on Thursday. So we had 2 dinners. That's always tough, but I was able to squeeze it all in and get it all in. So that was nice. Just seeing everybody. And then over the weekend, I've literally been working on a ceramic. So I've been working on a Volvo S60. I needed some heavy-duty paint correction, so I needed a 3-step paint correction and then some ceramics. So I just finished that up today.
Okay.
Be taking it back to him Wednesday. That's really all I've done is work.
Yeah.
So,
hey, somebody's got to keep the lights on,
Somebody's got to keep the lights on. I mean,
Even though
it is what it is.
Our dads kind of do that too, but
Yeah, I don't want to give a free shout out or anything to the power plants, but
Well, they power Ohio, so
well, they keep the lights on.
they do. That is weird.
Coal keeps the lights on.
That
Ain't
is,
that the song?
like people always say, you make a money to keep your lights on, but like our dads work to actually keep the lights on.
That they do.
It's interesting.
That they do.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
Interesting concept
but,
there.
Yeah, guys. So I need this pod to continue to do what it's doing on our socials, so I can quit doing all this side work.
Yes.
Hess, go over our socials, man.
Socials, we're up over 2.3K on Facebook. Instagram, we're getting closer to 400 every day. Followers on there. TikTok, we're inching closer to 1.1K on there. YouTube, I think we're at 215, 216 on subscribers.
Nice.
Doing well there. A little bit slower this week because we didn't have much football to cover. Trying to get back into swing of college football, so not as interactive as usual. But hey, a lot of people have chimed in on a lot of our college football stuff. But we're getting back to it. We got a big week coming up.
Huge week
starting tomorrow. Benefit game at Lebanon against Wise Central. We're going to unveil TTS courtside. That's going to be pretty cool. Excited to see how that all works out, and we're going to work through the bugs and stuff tomorrow, but then come Wednesday against Honaker, the big rivalry game between Lebanon and Honaker to tip off the season. That's where we're really going to dive into it, so that's going to be fun. Get to see, get some highlights for Honaker, get some highlights for Lebanon, interviews, all that stuff. So, but a little different dynamic for TTS. Y'all get to see that firsthand on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, so that'll be cool. Before we do dive into this episode anymore, though, I do want to say big shout out here to Toby Baker. He did, go ahead, give him a round of applause, audience.
Cheers. Big crowd.
I don't know where we fit
big crowd.
People at. That's crazy.
All behind me. You just can't see them.
But Toby did commit to UVA Wise. Sounds like that's a full-on commitment, and he will be reunited with his Mr. QB1 gunslinger, Mike Reese. So that'll be fun to see how that connection works at the college level. From what I have heard, Toby, I think, has had surgery. Could be wrong there, but I did think somebody had told me he had.
I think somebody commented that.
Yeah, had his surgery, and now he's on the road to recovery. So it's looking like he should be trending toward at least playing possibly next season. So that will be great for Toby. Be great for Mike to have that comfort down there. And there's a lot of other players going down there too. So that'll be interesting. But again, big shout out, congratulations to Toby, the all-time leading receiver in Virginia State history. Toby's going to do great at UVA Wise. That's a great signing by Gary Bass and that UVA Wise.
Dude, Bass is getting all the local kids, man.
I think he's doing great with that. I mean, big shout out
doing
to
very
him.
well.
Wise has done that in the past. Like, got a couple kids here and there from around here, but I feel like he really dove into the Southwest Virginia and got like some of these kids that a lot of people overlooked.
Yeah,
and I think that's going to be great for the culture down there. A lot of people know how Southwest Virginia is with football, and then you get down there and you're trying to build that down there, and then that will help them throughout the rest of the state with the other kids they bring in throughout the country and the state. So that's great for UVA Wise, and I did see that right now it is the fastest growing D2 school in the country right now. So that is Wise is on the up and up.
That's awesome.
So it is really awesome. But we did have some high school news we do want to share here. Congrats to the Union Bears. They defeated the Ridgeview Wolfpack 21-14 to win the Region 2D championship. They will host the Region 2C champion Glenbar next Saturday at Bullitt Park at Phil Robbins Field. That's going to be an electric atmosphere. One of the guys that follows us from down there at Union, they were lined up at 9 a.m.
I saw that.
To get into the field. So that was...
Game wasn't until 2 o'clock, guys.
Yeah, the game wasn't until 2, and they opened the gates at 12, and they were still a line at 1:30 to get in. So that place was packed. I'm sure Glenbar and them are going to travel very well.
Glenbar's a tough team.
They have the number one offense in the state of Virginia. Quarterback is, I'm pretty sure, it's unofficial. I think he's the all-time leader passer in the state of Virginia and touchdowns. So he's just ahead of Mike Reese there. So Glenbar's bringing a big offense, but a lot of people are overlooking this Union defense.
Union nailed Graham to what?
0.
That's right, 12-0. Yeah, so should be a matchup. Should be a game.
It should be, and I do want to do some highlights from that game. We did have an unofficial representation of TTS down there, Brian Robinson.
Yeah,
he was down there sending us some updates and pictures from the game. Big plays there. Keith Chandler had a big interception in the second quarter. returned it down to like the 2, and then he ended up scoring there to make it 14-7. And then the other score that Ridgeview had after Colin Hill, who continued that momentum from the huge game that he had against Lebanon, he continued, got the first touchdown for Ridgeview, and then our boy Jalen Deal ended up throwing the touchdown pass in that game to give him the 14. At that point, it was 14 to, I think it was 14-14.
Didn't they march it all the way down to like the 9?
They did. They got a fumble. They had the Union was in a wildcat formation. Keith they sent Cam Robinson or Cam Bostic, and people want to call him Cam Robinson. Cam Bostic.
Wasn't Cam Robinson like a basketball player or something?
Yeah,
I think
he
so.
was. They sent him in motion, and it was like the snap was a little too hard back to Chandler. It bounced off his chest plate. He fumbled it. Ridgeview recovered it, and that was with I want to say like a minute and 40-some seconds, maybe a little more than that. And they drove all the way down to the 5-yard line, and they went to throw the pass into the end zone as time expired, and it got tipped by Union, and that was the incompletion. That was the ball game.
What a game!
Yeah, absolute barn burner of a game, an instant classic. But you know,
a lot of people are speculating like that was the championship game.
There's a lot of people saying that.
I've heard a lot of that, but I don't know. I think Glenbar's tough.
Glenbar is tough. They beat Gretna 52-0.
Yeah.
Or 50, it might have been more than that. I think Glenbar pulled their team at the half, so I think Gretna may have scored a little bit, but I do know it was big. It was like 48-0 at one point.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch that offense versus defense.
It will be, and especially I think Union. The big thing they got to do there is just control time of possession, which they're very good at. Especially with Keith Chandler and Cam Bostic, they're very good at controlling that. So that'll be interesting to see. People have asked for us to be down there to cover it in our corner. Unfortunately, we do have prior obligations with our family, so we won't be able to attend that game. But we will be watching from afar, and we will be posting, as we can, updates to that game. And we are cheering for the Union Bears here to represent Southwest Virginia and let people know about football down here in this area.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Should be a good one. Go Bears.
Go Bears. And
go Bears, baby.
We done said it. Basketball does start this week tomorrow. We will be at Lebanon for the benefit game against Wise Central. That'll be fun. It'll be our first time covering basketball in person, so that's going to be interesting. Got a cool little setup. We'll share that with y'all tomorrow. And then Wednesday, Lebanon does tip off the season. They did play against Johowie Saturday at 10 a.m. this past Saturday. Not sure what the score was of that game, but was a 10 a.m. scrimmage from what I understand.
Scrimmage, okay.
So,
I was going to say it's like a benefit game too or something.
Yeah, it might benefit, scrimmage, whatever that may be. But Lebanon's ready to go. Some of them players have literally had like 36 hours off. And then
from football straight to basketball.
And it tips off, though, like I said, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, depending on how the other games go prior to the varsity boys game. And Lebanon does play Honeacre, and it should be a great matchup. Two Russell County powerhouses in the basketball realm, and excited to see the basketball season start off.
Me too. Should be fun.
Yep.
I'm excited to see your setup.
I am too. I'm excited to see how this all works out.
See if this is just a cluster, if we can actually get it going.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be totally different for us.
That's why Monday night, that's why that's going to be huge for us. Cause it's a good thing it's a benefit game, so maybe we can benefit off the benefit game.
Yes, that's going to be the key there to get us set up right for that. So that's going to be interesting to see how that works out. And again, shout out to Coach Boyd and Ryan Potts, principal at Lebanon High School and Lebanon High School, for allowing us to take part in this. And again, we will share our setup tomorrow and how that's going to be. It's going to be different, but we are excited about it.
We're excited. And guys, we'll try to cover as many games as we can.
Yes.
We're approaching the holidays, so we'll see what we can. But I think Hess and I have both looked at the schedules, and I think we're pretty well good for most games. There's just a couple that we might miss.
I do have the district tournament when that will start as well. Let me share that with you real fast. Just so you can have that in the back of your head. I need it in the back of my head as well. District Championships, Region 2D District Champion, our conference tournament will start February 16th through the 20th.
Oh, it's a long ways off.
I know, it is, but still. And then Region 2D, if we end up making it to the region tournament, that starts the 25th through the 1st of March. And then lo and behold, if we end up covering some state basketball, which I'm not sure how that will all host and who hosts all that, but that will be March 3rd through March 14th.
Wow. All the way up in March.
Yep. So state, and then we'll flip right out of that and then go into whatever comes next.
Yes. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
No, don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. And guys, there has been a lot of people ask us about wrestling.
Yes.
Hess and I both have talked about it. We've reached out to a couple people as well. we don't know really much about wrestling. But with that being said, if we get the time and the time permits to where we can cover a wrestling match or get somebody to send us some info and get it posted on our page, we will gladly do that. It's hard when it's just two people, and we're trying to balance life and cover basketball as well. So we already announced we're going to do basketball, so that's kind of why we're sticking with basketball. But there is a lot of interest in wrestling. We'll see what we can do. We might get a weekend free. They might have a big tournament. We can go out there, and maybe you and I can learn the rules and everything. If you are looking to replace a vehicle for a newer or more reliable vehicle, there is no better person to see than Brian Long at Wallace Imports of Bristol, Tennessee. He puts his customers first and really cares about helping achieve your dreams of a new car. Wallace Import has 3 new car brands in VW, Kia, and Subaru with over 200 pre-owned vehicles. If you're looking for something specific, good chance he has it. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit, he will do everything he can to get you and your family in a newer, more reliable vehicle. Contact him at 540-355-9921 to schedule an appointment or come see him at 320 Volunteer Parkway in Bristol, Tennessee. Let him know the Tylers sent you. Maybe we can learn a lot. So,
maybe.
Yeah, just wanted to throw that out there that, we have heard you. We'll do our best.
Yeah, so, absolutely. And again, to the Union fans who have reached out to us to come down and cover them, guys, we appreciate that more than you know. It means a lot for schools and fans of other schools to reach out to us because they love how we have done what we've done. It means a lot to us. We truly just came into this and just pretty much like throwing a rock in a lake and let it hit, and then whatever the ripples did is how we went with it. So for you guys to reach out to us to want us to cover your kids and your school, that means a lot to us, and we do appreciate that. And we're working. Next year will be a different year. We'll see what goes on, and we're excited about it. So we hear you, like Cass said, we hear you guys. We're listening to it, and we appreciate all of the people wanting us to cover everything. It means a lot to us.
Yeah.
Castle.
Yeah.
Got some big news, got some breaking news, a lot to go over here the next little bit here. First big news here. I'll let you, since you're well experienced in this, I'll let you break this news.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin jumped ship in the middle of the day on a Sunday. Lane Kiffin to LSU. Yes. Kiffin is reportedly furious Ole Miss isn't allowing him to coach this team through the playoffs. Not fully 100% confirmed, but all sources report Kiffin is wanting his cake and to eat it too. So in other words, he's wanting to accept the LSU job and finish out his coaching with Ole Miss, which in my opinion, as someone who's played for coaches, and I know you have as well, and probably a lot of listeners, as a player, I would want my coach who recruited me, who's been there for me. So I kind of agree with Kiffin on that. I think he should be allowed to finish out the season with Ole Miss because Ole Miss is going to be in the playoffs. So obviously, that's a big deal. It's the first time they've been in the playoffs. So yeah, I think he should be allowed to finish out the season with Ole Miss and then go to LSU and start his job there. I never. The saying is, never quit something you start. So that's kind of the same saying here. You should let him finish out his job and finish up with the team. That's just my opinion.
From what I'm hearing too, defensive coordinator Pete Golding will take over responsibilities, and all signs point to him being the new head coach from this point forward at Ole Miss. Kiffin is taking all the offensive staff with him. Offensive coordinator, I had his name. Not Lane. His dad coached at Notre Dame. Anyway, not Brian Kelly. Charlie Weiss. Charlie Weiss Jr., his offensive coordinator, is also going with him. Quarterback coach is going with him, and a bunch of other offensive coaches.
Wow.
It is official. Kiffin has taken off. He has left with those said coaches. Not got the best goodbye from the Ole Miss fans. There's a lot of videos out there. They're already booing him, throwing.
Saw that reporter. Yeah.
They're flipping him off as he's getting on the plane.
I don't blame Kiffin. It's a 7-year deal, reported for be around $90 million, with a $25 million roster fund. Do you blame the guy?
I don't. I get it from the aspect, but I also understand the point of him staying there and doing what he's done. He put Ole Miss back on the map. I don't agree with them not letting, because apparently it was reported Kiffin was the reason there was such a hold up in this. Pretty much he made his mind up, I think, Friday. where he was going to go, what he was going to do after the Egg Bowl.
Well, they gave him after the Egg Bowl. They told him they had to make a decision.
He was trying to fight to be able to coach the playoffs and potentially coach them in the SEC title game if Alabama had lost to Auburn. I'm curious, how the committee looks at this, because in a sense you kept Florida State out because their quarterback got hurt. Do you keep Ole Miss out because their head coach is gone? But the other
Ole Miss 2-loss team, right?
1-loss team.
1 loss. Yeah, they're in.
Yeah, they're in. They're ranked. I think they'll be the 3 seed possibly.
Yeah, they're 100% in. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I think you let him finish.
Here's where it gets a little shaky, and I'm interested how this plays out. Transfer portal opens December, like the second week of December. Playoffs don't start till after Christmas.
You think you see some transfers?
I mean, why wouldn't some of these players follow Kiffin? He recruited them.
Not Chambliss and some of those guys?
Yeah, what happens when they start leaving Ole Miss to transfer? Because, I mean, right now they can't say nothing. But if they wait to transfer, then they've waited too long. And apparently that was the hold up here with Kiffin and LSU. LSU said, you have to let us know now because we need to start getting the transfers, start recruiting, because we're done. Our season's over. We're not playing in a bowl.
Right. I mean, I get it from LSU's standpoint, but I'm also like, he should be able to finish out the season with the guys he started with.
That's why I think Ole Miss should have allowed him to coach, because then they're there. They're going to play with Coach Kiffin. Now Ole Miss has let him go. I mean, I feel like the team's more attracted to the coach than they are the players or to the university.
Right.
So what happens if Ole Miss just has a mass exodus and you lose Chambliss and you lose some of the defensive players and you lose?
I mean, hopefully we don't see that happen since they are going to be in the playoffs. Hopefully it still means something.
Yeah.
We've noticed a lot with NIL. It doesn't really. Players don't care. They just want the money. So hopefully it don't turn into that. Hopefully if anybody is leaving Ole Miss to go to play for Coach Kiffin at LSU, they wait if they can. And this is why I think that the transfer portal and all that stuff needs to be delayed till after playoffs, till after the season ends. Because I mean, again, if we're going to see it, if you didn't make the playoffs this year, if you're just playing a regular bowl game, I mean, 95% of the players probably aren't going to play. So
I'm reading here too. Apparently, some player videoed the press conference or the meeting that took place in the locker room, and apparently Kiffin didn't show up. Was never there. It's like a 4-minute video on Twitter. Kiffin never showed up. I don't know. This is interesting. Lane Kiffin spent years repairing his reputation and has destroyed it with this exit. He is very, very good coach, maybe great, but allegedly extorting Ole Miss on his way out, threatening to poach coaches and players unless they let him coach the playoffs, and ghosting his players as they reach out, and giving assistants an ultimatum to leave now or have no job at LSU is extraordinarily selfish. He'll say it about the players, but you don't leave a school in shambles with many of those same players continue to play at Ole Miss.
I mean, we're talking about Lane Kiffin. He's done it everywhere.
I look at this one a little differently, though.
I do too, though, because I feel like he wanted to finish out the season.
I do too. I think that was his holdup. I mean, I don't think this was the scapegoat.
Because I think he's matured since he left in the middle of the night at Tennessee. Because he's even talked about that. He wished he would have handled it differently.
Yeah, I think it's going to get a bad rep, because I think if Ole Miss had been Ole Miss like last year and wasn't in the playoffs,
right?
Everybody would be like, oh yeah,
3-loss team. Yeah.
Hey, we understand, we get it. Ole Miss, new coach, Lane Kiffin, understand, moving on to a bigger school.
But they have an opportunity here to make it to the national championship.
But now that they're a playoff team, it looks bad. But
it does.
And the media is going to portray it that way, because that's the reputation Kiffin's had in his past.
Yeah, man. Sounds like Hot Pockets,
I think Ole Miss should have allowed him to coach, because apparently he was really pushed. He had safeguards in place. He said safeguards to protect the players, protect the coaches, to keep any outside stuff. He was focusing 100% on Ole Miss. And the AD was like, no, if that's what you want to do, you're gone. The chancellor, everybody, they kicked him out, said go. And he's gone.
You can't do anything. If they tell you to leave.
If I'm Kiffin, I'm now messaging my players that I had and said, hey, come to LSU.
This is what happened, yeah.
We're going to win a title. And, I mean, he could get the last laugh here.
Can't blame the guy.
He could definitely get the last laugh.
Again, $90 million. That's a lot of money.
And there's other incentives based off conference
right,
championships.
$25 million. And
there's all.
And LSU, we know LSU's got the money.
Yeah.
So
Some other
I can't
coaching
blame him.
news we had. It is official again. Kiffin is officially taking the LSU job, and most of his offensive staff is following him. Other big news: John Schumerall from Tulane is taking the Florida Gators job on a 6-year,
Interesting.
$7.5 million deal. Alex Golish from UCF is taking the Auburn Tigers head coaching position and is reported of a 6-year deal also. Ryan Silverfield from Memphis will be taking the Arkansas Razorbacks head coaching position. No terms of the deal.
Alex Golish didn't take Arkansas?
No, he went to
I saw
Auburn.
that reported.
He
Okay.
went to Auburn. That is official.
Wow.
It's a 6-year deal, around the same amount as Summerall. All these coaches are from the American Athletic Conference.
That's what I was thinking.
The big thing here, big drama here right now, this was reported earlier. This was around 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Central Standard. Arkansas fans were forming a protest outside the football facility due to the Ryan Silverfield hire. Memphis fell off down the stretch. I don't know if it was because of the distraction and a lot of people wanting Ryan as the head coach or what was going on. Finished 4-4 in Atlanta.
Let's just be honest. I mean, once Kiffin's gone and you already had James Franklin go to Tech, I mean, who are Alex Golish, committing to Auburn?
Yeah.
Who you going to go get?
Apparently, Arkansas was waiting on Golish, and Golish never reached back to them, and then they found out that he took the Auburn job, and that's when they got Silverfield.
Because that's what I'd heard reported. I'd heard that Alex Golish was taking the Arkansas job.
A lot of people here have said that Golish is probably the best hire here. I really like the John Somerville hire. He has done well everywhere. Very tough, but a lot of people in Florida are already saying Billy Napier 2.0. They really wanted a big name. I think this is a great hire. Tulane,
I get that. He's turned Tulane around.
Tulane's right now may be in the playoffs, depending on what happens with the ACC, and we'll talk about that here in a second. And
we've seen it done. Look
Tulane,
at Kalen DeBoer.
Tulane is letting Summerall coach. So Ole Miss take note there.
Yeah.
I like the Golish hire at Auburn. I think with the talent they got there, the offensive mindset that he brings there, I think that's a very good hire there. I do like Summerall at Florida. Silverfield, I think Arkansas needs to step back and let him do his thing and see what happens because he has done very well at Memphis. He has done very well everywhere he's been. I get it. It's a big jump to the SEC, but it is Arkansas. It's not like he went to Florida. It's not like he went to LSU.
They've been rebuilding for a while now.
Yeah, and I think he could do well there. And I think it's one of the things. Just let's not boo the man before he even steps foot on campus.
It's like a coach from Mississippi State, Libby, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's an excellent coach. I mean, they're going to miss a bowl game this year. I think they finished 5-7 after losing the other night.
Yeah,
but he's an excellent coach, and I really do think like in the next couple of years, Mississippi State will be a good team.
Yeah, I think
because they were in a lot of games really close.
I like all these hires. I mean, I like Kiffin to LSU. I think that's a good fit. I think he'll do well there. A lot of people are thinking he's going to fall flat on his face. I don't think he does.
I think he'll. I mean, look at the offense Brian Kelly had, and he couldn't do nothing. I mean, just imagine Lane Kiffin with that offense.
And what?
Ole Miss. Where was Ole Miss before Lane Kiffin got there?
Not that. But
that's my argument.
Yeah,
he can coach in the SEC. It's proven.
Again, I think Summerall will do very well at Florida. I think he will. I think his personality, the way he coached Tulane, I think he'll do very well at Florida. I think Golish will do well at Auburn. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see how all this pans out. ACC though, we got some chaos brewing here.
Pretty wild.
Insane here. Duke will play UVA in the ACC championship game due to a tiebreaker rule that was absolutely just insane how it all worked out. I'm not even sure how all the tangibles worked out for this to happen.
I was blown away, dude.
But it all started late last night when SMU missed the field goal to tie Cal, and they ended up losing to Cal 38-35. So SMU got eliminated. Duke sitting there just waiting. This was like midnight. Ended up getting the call, hey, you're in the ACC championship against UVA. Duke is 7-5 and ranked lower than Miami, SMU, UVA, and Georgia Tech.
But they've done well in the ACC,
they
right?
Have. I think they got one or two losses in the SEC.
That's why,
ACC.
yeah.
And they got the tiebreaker against all of them but UVA.
That's crazy. Did you have Duke in the ACC championship game?
Didn't see that. And you know what? Hey, fun fact: Manny Diaz, head coach there, was the former head coach at Miami.
Right.
Has made it to the ACC championship game before Miami ever has.
That's sad.
Yes.
That's sad, especially the way Miami started off this season.
Yep. But with the new rules, like I said, there is new rules in place with the college football playoff. This year, the Power 4 champion does not get an automatic bid. So UVA has to win this game because of their ranking. They may get at large. But if Duke ends up pulling off the upset, the ACC may have no representation in the
That's
college
crazy.
football playoff, and that ranking would go to either like JMU, Tulane.
Where's Miami at now? 17th.
They are set in like 13th or 14th, but
Okay.
due to the fact that you get like a Tulane, SM or a Tulane, JMU, some of them, they would take over that 12th spot. But if Duke wins, then that takes UVA out of it and Miami out of it, and then you get another team like North Texas or somebody else making the playoff. So the ACC may have no representation. Like I said, it goes to the 5 highest ranked conference champions, no matter the conference. So like Sun Belt, all of them are tied with this, but none of them have a high enough ranking in Sun Belt. So if Duke does beat UVA, ACC may have no schools in the playoff. Castle, what's your thoughts on the ACC and how, I guess, the season has been just an absolute crapshoot?
ACC's been highly up and down all year. Georgia Tech was high there for a while. Virginia's been really high there for a while. But yeah, I mean, I projected Miami to at least make it. I mean, they had Carson Beck, the highest paid quarterback out of the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was set for Miami at the beginning of the season. But yeah, in my opinion, the ACC's a weak conference this year again.
And I mean, Miami's played well. Miami's played well. Georgia Tech's played well. They did have a couple bumps in a row, but Miami, I mean, they beat the brakes off Pittsburgh yesterday.
But then you look at some of those games, though.
Yep.
I mean, Miami struggled. Georgia Tech, I think, struggled against NC State or Wake Forest. Barely pulled that one out. UVA's had a couple weeks there in a row that they were extremely struggling against low ranked opponents. So. Yeah, so I think the ACC's weak. So if we see one of the ACC teams make it, I don't look for them to get past that first round. I'll just be honest.
I mean, the best bet.
I could be wrong. I mean, I don't want the ACC people coming after me. I'm not being biased here. Just being honest.
What's sad here is the best bet for the ACC is Alabama get beat in the SEC championship, BYU get beat.
Yeah, BYU.
And North Texas beat Tulane, and then have UVA win or Duke win, and then Miami maybe jump into the top 10. That's their only hope there right now. And that's what's sad. Like
Miami's what 10-2.
Yeah, 10-2, and that's what's really sad about this is the best representation for the ACC is a team that's not even able to play in the conference championship game this weekend. Right. 2 of the best teams. I would sit here and say
they still haven't got this playoff thing figured out. Like it's showing. There's improvements from last year, but there still needs to be more improvements.
But in a way, I do like it because I think it takes the power away from these big money conferences.
But again, sure. I see. I mean, I get what you're saying as far as the Power 4 champs, stuff like that coming in. But what I was saying is like it takes away. I lost my train of thought here. But I was going to say something on the ACC. Keep talking, man. I was trying to think what I was going to say.
What I think, this just shows you exactly why Greg Shanky and the SEC went away from East versus West. They put it all as one conference. If the ACC does that, then you're looking at Miami and Georgia Tech.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. So it comes into play like with like Alabama. If they lose, right, that's going to hurt them in the playoff rankings, stuff like that. I don't think that should be penalized. If you make it to the championship game, I think you're automatically in. Whatever happens at the championship game.
Yeah.
Because you made it there.
I understand that too completely.
That's what I was going to argue.
I mean, I really don't think Alabama falls, but I mean, it depends on when chaos happens. That's part of the. That's why I think.
Well, let's say something. Let's say something happens and Georgia beats the brakes off of them.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the only possibility the ACC has is have something like that happen.
Right.
And Miami make it because UVA is only ranked like 17th. And we don't even know what the playoff rankings are going to come out. They come out Tuesday. That's going to be telling to kind of see where everybody falls. Then you'll kind of know exactly what needs to happen. That's going to be interesting.
It will be.
But for the rest, we do have some conference championships coming up Saturday. Some of these are Friday night. I didn't put the dates on these, but I think I got exactly how they are. Alabama versus Georgia. Georgia playing back in the Georgia Dome 2 weeks in a row here, the Mercedes-Benz Dome, against Alabama. Try to get revenge on Bama. That'll be a good game. That game is Saturday. BYU, Texas Tech. This is a Friday night game. That'll be interesting how that game plays out. That's 2 spots up there. I think BYU needs to revenge the Texas Tech loss from earlier in the season for them to make the playoff, but that'll be interesting. Duke, UVA, this is a Saturday game. ACC better hope UVA comes in there and knocks the brakes off of Duke because if not, they're hurting.
Somebody in.
And this is probably the best game of the year.
Yeah, hands down.
Indiana, Ohio State. 2 electric programs. Ohio State has only gave up 9 points. The most they've given up all year is 9.
They looked good against Michigan.
They looked very good in a snowy game. Indiana, very quiet, but we know what Spaghetti's all about up there, and they're doing big things up there in Indiana.
I truly think that's your best two teams.
I agree 100%. I agree with you there 100%. Also, this game is Friday as well. North Texas, Tulane, big playoff implications here. Both these teams are in the hunt, depending on how the rankings fall. Tuesday, you could be looking. This game could be a winner makes the playoff, a loser doesn't. So that's going to be interesting how that falls, especially with Summerall leaving Tulane to go to Florida, how all that distraction affects him and stuff. But North Texas, number one offense in the country. Great little pro and North Texas coach. He left and he's gone to Oklahoma State. So,
right, that's a big hire.
Yeah, I mean, the AAC has lost like 7 coaches so far, so a lot of good coaching coming out of there.
That's a good feeder.
A lot of playoff implications on all of these. Castle, which one of these conference championships are you focusing on the most outside of probably? I mean, I know we're SEC people.
Duke, UVA. I mean, you got to keep an eye on that because you got to try to figure out if ACC is going to make it. Yeah, so
right.
Obviously, biggest game I'm looking forward to: Indiana, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to see Georgia get revenge on Bama.
Yeah.
But North Texas, Tulane, that should be a good one as well. But the absolute favorite that I'm looking forward to, Indiana, Ohio State.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's going to be a very good game. I think could be an instant classic. One of them games that back in the day when you watched
it's either going to be like extremely close, low scoring game. I think it will be a low scoring game because I think both defenses are excellent. It's either going to be extremely clse or Ohio State's like, hey, I'm still top dog. And 28-14.
If Ohio State holds Indiana under 14, Ohio State wins the national championship.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Because that's unreal. Like, they're first in the country. They gave up 93 points all year. The second best defense has gave up 137 points all year.
I know we ragged on Texas, but they did hold Texas to 7 points.
Yeah.
And granted, Texas has improved since that game, but I think Ohio State has as well.
Oh, yeah, it's unreal. What Pat Patricia is doing up there defensively is absolutely unreal.
Yeah. I'll be surprised. I'm going to pick Ohio State. I really am. It's hard for me to say. I'm going to cheer for Indiana, obviously. I like what Sketty's doing up there. But, yeah, Ohio State, they're the real deal. And I've told you this for weeks. I think they repeat.
Yeah.
Especially, I watched quite a bit of that Michigan game yesterday while I was working.
Love the snow.
Yeah, they're good.
They are good.
Because Michigan's a tough defense, man, and they picked them apart.
Yeah. Castle, start this next section up. I got to hook some under my headset before it dies, and I don't hear you.
So how do we get here? No, I'm kidding. That's the next part. But Egg Bowl, Trinidad Chambliss, 3 for 359 yards and 4 touchdowns. And number 6, Mississippi beat Mississippi State 38-19. That was Friday night in the battle for the Golden Egg. Trinidad looked excellent. The win was the 11th win in regular season for the Rebels, making the most regular season wins in school history. So that's pretty cool for Kiffin to go out on. The Rebels accomplished this feat, of course, with Lane Kiffin leaving. So 38-19 there. Chambliss absolutely balled out 23-34. 4 touchdowns, 359 yards. Lacey got going too, so that run and pass game was there. 27 carries, 143 yards, and 1 touchdown there with Ole Miss. That offense been clicking all year, and Ole Miss is a team that I would keep an eye on in the playoffs.
Yeah, they get to step back and figure it out with the new coach and everything, so it's going to be interesting how that all plays out.
And again, Mississippi State, I think they're just a couple years off. I think they got a great coach, I really do. But that defense just got picked apart in that secondary. We've seen that, a lot of teams struggle with that all year.
Yeah.
But I think that's where Mississippi State needs to improve on. But, 5-7 on Mississippi State finish the year. Like to see them get to a bowl game. But I do think Mississippi State improves next couple of years.
Yeah. Another big game, Georgia versus Georgia Tech. And granted, this was one of those games. This was Friday night. Georgia just had to win this game, but they were really
good game.
They were focusing on the other game that's coming on after them, the Texas versus Texas A&M and the Alabama-Auburn game. Because if Alabama lost, Georgia was going to be in. If Texas A&M lost, Georgia was going to be in. But this was a defensive just slobber knocker right here is what this was. Nate Frazier ran for 108 yards. Gunnar Stockton threw a scoring pass to Zachariah Branch for the only touchdown of the game. And number 4, Georgia retained its lock on the rivalry with a close win, holding off number 23, Georgia Tech, 16-9. 8 straight victories for Georgia in this rivalry. The Bulldogs have more reason to celebrate Friday night, and again, we will talk about this when they learn they will have a chance to defend their Southern Conference championship thanks to number 3 Texas beating Texas A&M 27-17. Georgia will play in the SEC championship game in Atlanta on December 6th, which I stated that. In this game, stats are absolutely abysmal.
Charisma, yeah. Again, I mean, it's King dominating Georgia Tech. 181 yards passing, 1 interception, no touchdowns, and then 39 yards on carry, and he led the team in carries too.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech did, in case anybody didn't know, Georgia Tech did have a final play, Hail Mary, that they tried to score and tie this game, but it got knocked down by Georgia's incredible defense. But yeah, if I'm Georgia here, I mean that's a solid win because Georgia Tech's been up and down this year.
And
they're a good program.
Like, if I'm Georgia, like I feel like this is kind of. I mean, I know people's been criticizing that offense all year, Mike Bobo, but to come in this game and say, if you told me that Gunnar Stockton would only have 70 yards passing and you still beat Georgia Tech, I would say you're crazy. I think that's something to be happy about, to say, hey, offense ain't there, but the defense can get us a victory. Because like you said, Georgia Tech has been a great team. Granted, I think Haynes King has ran out of gas these last couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
It's all been about Haynes King.
It's all him.
But again, Nate Frazier stepping up here. We've talked about him all year. He had 16 carries for 108 yards. Again, the only touchdown scored was the pass to Branch. But 53 yards receiving. I mean, everything went to Branch in this game for Stockton. Georgia easily could have got caught looking ahead. They lose this game. They had
that game's always close though.
It is. It's been like last year. It went double, triple overtime last year.
Something like that. Georgia pulled it off. Yeah.
Yeah. So this game's always close, like you were saying. But yeah, big game.
That's something to keep in mind. Nobody's went after Keys for Georgia Tech yet.
I think he deflected a lot of that and was like, I'm staying here because of what he has built and what he has done with Georgia Tech. And I think
I'm curious. I mean, because that's a good head coach right there.
Yeah, he's done very well at Georgia Tech. But we spoke about it here prior. Texas spoils A&M's perfect season. In the next game here, we're going to cover Archmain threw a touchdown pass and ran for the clinching score late in the fourth quarter. And number 16 Texas beat number 3 Texas A&M 27-17. On Friday night to spoil the Aggies' undefeated season and knock them out of the SEC Conference Championship game. Does a 3-loss Texas make the college football playoff?
I don't think so. I really don't. I mean,
here's my.
I know they've had three wins against top 10 opponents, right? That's like their big argument. I get that, but I mean, if you put them in, who are you kicking out? Who's had an incredible season?
Let's go back to the conference championship. Let's just sit here and say we know Indiana, Ohio State are in no matter what happens. We know Georgia's in no matter what happens.
Ole Miss.
We know Ole Miss is in. If I look at the conference championship, the games are kind of ahead here.
Okay.
If UVA beats Duke, who would you rather have in the playoff, Texas or UVA?
Well, I hate to say it, but I think the playoff committee is going to pick Texas because it pays a little bit more.
But just on the field, forget the money aspect. Head to head, who wins, UVA or Texas, neutral site? Because I feel like that's going to be where Texas is going to be. Sure. That's going to be your
probably Texas.
Okay,
I'm just going to be honest. I see Texas win that. The way they're playing football here lately.
Do you reward UVA though for winning a conference championship?
Yes.
So
that's what I'm saying. UVA's in,
and Texas will be out. See, I think that's where we get a little problem there with the.
Well, last year we had the same problem with Ole Miss. I mean, they was a 3-loss team.
I understand completely.
They were pissed. Who else was it? Was it Florida State last year?
Somebody a couple years
or the year before last.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, last year the big argument was Ole Miss because I think they had 3 losses and they barely missed.
I think I've seen, which this kind of bothers me too. They said these teams that play in the conference championship there'll be no penalization. Like if you win or lose, like if you lose, there's no penalization. I've read and seen that Alabama wins, they got they got a 90% chance to make the playoff. Obviously, they're locked. If they lose, they drop to a 36% chance.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I don't think you should be penalized playing a championship game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm curious to see how
because now it makes Texas A&M automatic bid.
Yeah, Texas A&M is automatic.
They actually benefit. They don't have to play an extra game. They get to rest.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to worry about the injuries. So that's what we was talking about last year. It's actually a benefit to miss the championship game, but be a lock in the playoffs.
We'll see. I look at this.
Unless you just want to win, want a chance to win the SEC.
If Georgia loses they probably are not a top 4. Texas A&M moves into the top 4.
Right.
And then
So,
Georgia
yeah.
doesn't have that bye. Like the
Yeah,
bye
it
hurt.
plays-
Everybody had a
huge
bye
role.
last year. Lost.
Yeah.
Everybody had the bye lost last year. So, like, I don't know. This playoff, it's going to be interesting how it all pans out. But, yeah, Arch Manning had a great game. He had 179 yards, 14 for 29, 1 touchdown. Really impressed. First time, I think, all year we've said this. Wisner for Texas, 155 yards rushing on 19 carries. They haven't had a 100-yard rusher all year, I don't think.
No.
So, but Texas A&M, they came out flat, and they stayed flat that whole game. Probably
Dude, I looked at Texas A&M's schedule. Like, it's honestly not that impressive as a resume now.
No.
Looking at it. I mean, anybody ranked, I think Texas is like the first real ranked opponent they've had. And, I mean, they got dominated.
Notre Dame.
Dominated.
They beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame.
That's impressive. But they got dominated in the second half by Texas.
But I also look at that way, too, that Notre Dame, that was like, what, week 1, week 2 of the season? Notre Dame's a completely different team.
Way up there. I think week 2, somewhere in there.
Like, I almost feel like if Notre Dame plays them at Notre Dame with the way Notre Dame's been playing lately, Notre Dame beats them there because their offense and defense is really good.
Yeah, because Notre Dame lost to Miami by 3, and then they lost to Texas A&M by like 3 or something like that. It's really close.
I think it was 3.
So, and that's when we was joking about it because they were 0-2 and still ranked.
Still ranked, which now, props to those people for keeping them in there. It makes sense now.
Yeah, they're good.
I did see, while we're talking about that rankings, I did see that somebody put North Texas as the 7th best team in the country. JMU is the 12th best team in the country. So the people who do the AP poll, I really just despise the way that they can put whoever they want anywhere. I feel like it really
that's what I'm saying. I could see if UVA loses, I could see Texas squeezing in there at 3 losses. And that'll be a lot of chaos because then you're gonna have all the people being like, well, look how biased the SEC is.
Well, here's my question. You had where was A&M in the playoff rankings? 2nd or 3rd in the playoff rankings last week?
3rd, I think, yeah.
Okay, how far does Texas move up from the 14th spot? If they move up to the top 10 and Texas is in there with that win, UVA has no shot at making it even if they win. Because they're not going to jump up after beating Duke.
Yeah, 7-5 Duke.
So, literally Tuesday night when those playoff rankings come out, it's going to be very telling to who has a shot.
That's a tough job. That's a tough job.
Yeah.
That's why I think they need to expand it a little bit more.
Yeah, 16 teams.
16 at least, yeah. Because it's going to get dicey here. You're going to have one fan base. It's going to be just like last year. One fan base is going to be pissed off.
Yeah, you're going to have it. It's going to happen.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. If Texas is ahead of UVA in these playoff rankings that come out, there's no way UVA can jump them. I don't.
They very well probably will be.
Yeah.
But everybody forgets. I mean, Georgia beat the brakes off Texas week 4.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying though too. Like we've seen, like who was it that jumped? They beat somebody who was ranked in the top 4 or 5. They went from like 25th all the way up to the top 10. Might have been Ole Miss or somebody. They beat somebody up there that was ranked high. So if Texas's win over A&M does it bolster them up 5 or 6 spots, 7 spots, then it's like, where's the justification in some of these other moves that you've made throughout the year? Like, I don't know. There needs to be a more basic rule of how this is going to play out. But we'll see what happens Tuesday.
My opinion, I think if you lose 3 games, you're out. You should be out.
Automatic elimination.
Automatic elimination. It don't matter how hard. Because we talked about it. Rankings, what is a ranking?
It's a number.
Each week it's just like, oh, this team's 15th. But are they really? I mean, because they looked terrible the week before. Now they look great, and then they look terrible. I don't know. I mean, the whole system. I don't think you should base it off just like ranked wins versus non-ranked wins.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
I think if you lost 3 games, and there's teams that have lost 2 or 1, and they have similar schedules or something, those teams should be in.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll go with that.
But moving on, we had another big game here. This was the big game Saturday. A lot of people were focusing in on this one. Rondé finally beats Michigan. Rondé can rest easy. Julian Sand and the number 1 Ohio State Buckeyes dominate the game on Saturday.
Wasn't even a game.
Very snowy. It was close there. Was it close? It was close at half.
At half.
It was 10
I can't remember what the half. Something like that.
10-9.
But Ohio State does what Ohio State does.
Yeah, Sand threw 3 touchdown passes, including a 35-yard Jeremiah Smith on a 4th down in the second quarter, and the Buckeyes beat Michigan 27-9 to give Day a solely needed victory in one of college football's biggest rivalries. First time he's ever beat them, so that was pretty huge for Ryan Day. With Day on the sidelines, Ohio State had lost 4 in a row to Michigan, Not so much this time around, not with Sayin and Bo Jackson powering the offense and the defense shutting down Bryce Underwood, who I think has been the most disappointing quarterback in the country.
Well, I mean, look at J.J. McCarthy. He wasn't that impressive, and he's not panning out that well in the NFL either. But JJ, I mean, Michigan's not QBU, so I don't know.
But I
mean, Underwood. We got to remember, Underwood's like 18 years old.
He just turned 18.
Just turned 18
because he reclassified. He should
right. So I mean, and he's huge.
He's a big guy.
So he's got the potential, but I know he's super young. But 63 yards passing, 8 of 18, 1 interception. Granted, he's playing against an amazing defense. Yeah, I'd say that.
$10 million.
It's up there.
Deal. So
it's up there.
He's been very lackluster for me this year.
Lackluster. Pulling that one out. Yep. Haven't pulled that one out in a while.
I know, and I feel like for him,
that's a good word.
Again, he may come back next year and have a Heisman season, but this year has been very abysmal at times, and he looked lost, which, I mean, most people have this year against Ohio State, but he did finish 8 for 18 with 1 interception, 63 yards. No run game by Michigan. Ohio State beat them on all 3 aspects of the game: special teams, offense, defense, straight domination. Julian Sayin probably locked his at least.
He's got to be in talks.
Yeah, he's definitely there in New York. I think right now they've got Mendoza, Pavia, Sayin, and Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame is your 4, I think, what they're talking about.
I'd agree with that.
So Ohio State doing what they've done all year, dominating everybody they pretty much played. Going to be very interesting to see what happens when they play Indiana, because, I mean, if you look at, you're talking about schedules, A&M, if you look at Ohio State's schedule, not been much the last couple of months. They've been playing a bunch of just mediocre.
They've had a little cupcakes, but, I mean, they've had the games.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, Michigan's no slouch.
But, again, that may
Washington wasn't no slouch. They went to Washington, dominated.
Yeah, but, I mean, looking at it, that might be a godsend for Ohio State. Not had to really play a real physical game, get the crowd.
I think it helps.
Yeah.
I think it helps. But then you're going to have Big Ten fans say, well, didn't Georgia just play a cupcake last week?
Yeah, right.
So you got that argument too. But no, I seriously do think Ohio State and Indiana, that's your best 2 teams. I think one of those is going to win national championship.
That would be incredible if Indiana pulled that off.
Wouldn't that be something?
Other big game we had this week, BYU advances to the Big 12 championship game. Batchmere, threw for 289 yards and a touchdown to help number 11 BYU beat Scott Frost and the UCF Knights.
Didn't just beat them, man. They dominated.
Yeah, 41-21. They were down 17-0 at one point in this game. That was what was crazy in that. This loss did eliminate UCF from making a bowl game. They ended up finishing 5-7 on the season. LJ Martin had 95 yards.
Frost just fell off.
Yeah, he has. LJ Martin added 95 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground for the Cougars. That proved 11-1 and 8-1 in Big 12 play this year, and they are number 11. It was number 11 coming into the college football playoff rankings, which this clinches a spot in the Big 12 championship game next Saturday. Parker Kingston added 181 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns. Quarterback for UCF had a really good game. Taven Jackson threw for 200.
I think he'll transfer if he's not a senior. Yeah, he's good.
2 touchdowns to lead UCF. The Knights finished 5-7, 2-7 in Big 12 play. So they didn't even. I mean, they started out the season 3-0, and
yeah,
Big 12 play.
Rough couple weeks
for the Stakes. They gave up 31 answered here. Like I said, they were down 17. BYU was down 17-0, and they just came back and dominated. BYU, been a weird team.
Yeah,
they are a good team. And then you look at that Texas Tech game. It's like, what happened?
Yeah.
So maybe a neutral site will change that outcome. I think that game will be closer to. I think Texas Tech still wins that game, but BYU could come in and shock some people, which would be pretty wild. Another big game, Cass. I'll let you go over this one.
The Iron Bowl. And no, I'm not talking about ironing your clothes. This is number 10 Alabama escapes Auburn with a 27-20 victory thanks to Simpson-Horton connection. This was a great game. I watched some of this. I watched some of this. There for a minute, it was dominated by Alabama, and then Auburn hit that big play to put them within 1 score. I think it was 12-17, something like that. So, yeah, Tom Simpson and Isaiah Horton connected 3 times for touchdowns at number 10. Alabama escapes Auburn with a 27-20 victory. The Tide now were on the ropes again at Jordan-Hare Stadium. This game's usually always close. They led early 17-0, like I just said. And then they found themselves tied in the remaining minutes. Simpson found Horton on a 4th and 2 play from Auburn 6 with 3:50 remaining. It was the 3rd hookup of the night, including 6 and 3 yard scores in the first half. The Crimson Tide advanced to face fourth-ranked Georgia this coming Saturday. Again in Atlanta. Alabama's 10-2, 7-1 in conference. They beat Georgia last time, if y'all remember, 24-21 on the road in the regular season. So Georgia's looking for a little bit of revenge, as we have stated. Simpson, not a crazy stat line here. I mean, 122 yards passing, 19 of 35, 3 touchdowns. He was efficient, so I give him that. But Daniels for Auburn had an excellent game, 18 of 39, 259 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and then he also had 108 rushing yards on 23 carries. Something I think Alabama needs to get going before they face Georgia. Jam Miller.
Yeah,
he's going to have to do kind of what he did. Yeah, he's got 83 yards, 15 carries, better number there, but he's been extremely, extremely streaky this year. Mm-hmm. A couple games this year. I think that's like probably his second or third highest game in rushing yards all season. So that has to be established, or Georgia dominates on the run game.
Yeah, and if I'm Alex Golesh and I look at Austin Daniels here, I'm licking my chops.
That's your future.
I'm licking my chops here because this kid's going to be electric. I think he's a more athletic Cam Newton type quarterback, and I think what he's done with Auburn in the 3 games he's played for him and the appearances he's made, he has been absolute lightning in a bottle for Auburn. Future's very bright there, especially with Golesh coming in. I think Daniels is the key to that, and whatever Golesh gets to bring in will be huge. Auburn will be back. I don't think it'll be a bad year next year. I think you look at them competing next
7-5. I'm gonna say 7-5.
Maybe it depends on me. Auburn's really good at recruiting. A lot of money down there, and
it's a beautiful, beautiful place.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And then, like we mentioned earlier, we had some late night ACC disaster. Number 25, SMU squanders a chance at clinching a berth in the ACC title game as Cal scores late to win 38-35. Kendrick Raffle ran in from 2 yards with 43 seconds left, and California beat number 25 SMU 38-35 on Saturday night to spoil the hopes of making the Atlantic Coast Conference Championship game for the second straight year for SMU. The Mustangs fought at 8-4, 6-2 in ACC play, had clawed their way back in the game and took a lead when TJ Harden scored from a yard out with 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. Cal 7-5, 4-4 responded.
Hey, how about Cal? That's a good season for them.
Very good season, especially after losing Mendoza and some of the players they did lose. That was huge for them, but they did respond immediately through quarterback Jason Kawhi.
Good luck.
Sakapawala Lili.
Pudule.
Yeah, Pudule marched the Bears down for 75 yards and 7 plays.
I don't know.
And capped Raphael's 12th rushing touchdown.
They call him JKS.
JKS. Well, that's what
a lot of the announcers call him. I see why.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, his last name's like 13 letters.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know how you put that on a jersey. But SMU did have a chance as time was remaining. They had a chance to tie the game with 8 seconds left on a 52-yard field goal attempt, and it sailed wide right, and SMU's chances for playoff and ACC title berth squandered. If I'm the ACC commissioner and everybody was watching this game representing the ACC, I threw my hat down the floor and probably walked outside. And
dude, that sucks for SMU.
Oh yeah,
that's back-to-back years. And Jennings is a heck of a quarterback. We talked about him all season.
Yep.
I think I might have had SMU up there in the ACC. I can't remember.
I think you did.
Championship. I think it did.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a disappointing season. 8-4.
Neither one of us had UVA and Duke in the ACC championship.
Heck no.
I think you said SMU. I said Georgia Tech.
I think one of us might have said Miami.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson.
Because they were let down too.
But SMU, ACC, this is not what they needed at all.
No.
This is not good. Not a good thing for them. So we'll see what happens. Playoff rankings come out Tuesday. We'll see how all that plays out for the ACC. But we do have one more game to cover here.
Nah, I think that's it.
I'll go over
Have a good one, guys. I'm out.
I'll go over this one so Castle doesn't have to go through it. The Vols squander one at home. Pavia passes, runs for touchdowns as number 12 Vandy beats in-state rival number 18 Tennessee for the first 10-win season in program history. Diego Pavia threw for 268 yards and a touchdown, ran for 165 yards and another score. He did. He was killing it up the middle. That was what's crazy to me.
He's killed him. That's been all season for Tennessee.
Vanderbilt ended up beating. I think Joey Galloway said it perfectly. If Pavia doesn't throw those 2 interceptions in the first half, I don't know if this is much of a game, the whole game.
It wasn't a game in the second half, I'll tell you that.
I think Vols finished like 35 yards total in the second half. Vandy had like 200 and some yards total in the second half.
They got dominated, man.
But Vanderbilt secured its first 10-win season with the highest scoring game against Tennessee since 1923. Earlier this week,
Good job, Tim Banks.
when word got out Florida was interested in Clark Lee to be its next head coach, the Commodores responded by signing him a 6-year extension.
Wow.
Aguilar threw for over 200 yards for the 12th straight game, and he has over 3,300 yards passing
Excellent
this
season, Joey.
moving past Peyton Manning for number 4 on Tennessee's all-time single-season list.
That's pretty good.
This game, again, if Pavia doesn't throw the 2 interceptions at the beginning of the game, I don't even know if you see Tennessee's have 24. I don't even think it's really close at half.
No.
They were getting a lot of pressure on Aguilar. A lot of the passes he was throwing off his back foot. He wasn't able to step into a lot of them.
It was ugly.
It was Vandy.
They didn't look like the same team that dominated Florida in the swamp.
They didn't, and
that's been Tennessee all year, up and down.
Props to Pavia. He talked a lot of crap all year about Tennessee, a lot of trash, and it was like I don't agree with much this guy ever says. Jordan Rogers.
He did the Heisman Sally. Yeah.
Yep. But Jordan Rogers said if you're going to talk the crap, at least back it up on the field. And I think
I can't stand Jordan Rogers. He hyped up Vandy the entire game.
Well,
I get it.
I don't agree with like Greg McElroy called an Alabama game or Jordan Rogers called a Vandy game. Like I don't.
Yeah, it's not that they're definitely 100% biased.
Yeah, and they have to. I mean, they have to be in a way.
Because literally the entire time, if anybody listened to that game, I mean, Jordan Rogers was talking about his time at Vandy pretty much the entire game, and I was like, dude, would you just shut up?
Yeah,
you're living in your brother's shadow. Just hush.
But I mean, Pavia really played well. I think he solidified himself at least to an invite to New York for the Heisman because.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I think the other announcer that was
first 10-win season. I mean, yeah,
and what he was talking about too with like it's Vandy. Vandy's got a shot to make a playoff too. It's gonna be interesting to see how that pans out. Like they may not. They're gonna be like Ole Miss maybe. They're gonna have 2 losses and may miss the playoff. Right. That's another thing. Do you put Texas in? But they beat Vandy head to head. But does Vandy have a better resume? That like it's gonna be.
I don't know. It's every week in the SEC. I don't know.
It's gonna be an absolute mess.
I'm glad I'm not on that committee.
Yeah. But Pavia played well.
I think that's Aguilar's like 36 probably, 36 or 37th game consecutive over 200 yards passing.
A big thing here with it's not on the stat sheet here that we got. Pavia did lead him in rushing yards, but Alexander for them, I think he had 135 yards rushing in that game.
Tennessee got destroyed.
He was all over the game. That's
the worst defensive game I've seen them play.
Yeah, they gave up over 300 yards rushing
in a minute.
It was tough, and Vandy came in, dominated, wanted it more. Pavia came in. I liked some of the stuff too there. Like who was it? One of the edge rushers for Tennessee kind of hit him late, and he started talking crap to him. And Pavia just got up and kind of like nodded at him, and then separated his players away from it to keep him going. And you could tell
the worst thing you could do.
You could tell though, like it was kind of like Pavia baited him, like he was wanting them to say something to him so that he could get in their head and then him go out there and do his thing. Another news that happened in that game for like the 5th consecutive Vanderbilt game, one of his brothers got arrested.
Saw that. Intoxication.
Public intoxication.
He was holding up a sign apparently blocking people's view.
Yeah.
Or a flag or something.
Yeah, and then throwing a fit about a bunch of stuff.
You got out there, you dominated. Be cordial, be respectful.
Yeah.
Don't show yourself.
But I want to see if you agree with this. You said the DNA, if you could take SEC quarterbacks, one, Pavia, out of all the SEC quarterbacks that have won the Heisman over the last however many years, he beats them all in stats as far as passing yards and rushing yards, touchdowns. But they said quarterback makeup. They said he has the physical ability of Tim Tebow. They said he has the footwork and mentality. Who was that? I can't remember who the other quarterback was.
Probably Johnny.
They had him. His mentality was Manziel.
Okay. Yeah, because he's got the same mentality. Like,
who was the
basket case? You don't know what he's going to do.
The other quarterback. I can't remember who the other quarterback was they compared him to, but I was like, if you look at it, he runs hard like Tebow did. He has that attitude and that cockiness like Manziel had. Like, he's never intimidated by anybody. He's going out there to do his thing. But I can't remember who the other quarterback was. But, I mean, honestly, I was happy to see Pavia play back up the talk because I hate to see kids, anybody on any team, talk a bunch of crap and then get out there and just look like a fool.
I wanted him to look like a fool.
Oh, obviously. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, obviously.
But I respect it.
Yep.
He did. He balled out. He torched him.
And I mean, this is the first time that 1937 that Vandy may have somebody have a chance.
That was also another fun fact. That's the first time Josh Heupel has lost to Vandy.
Yes.
So
One more thing here. The last time Vandy had a Heisman invite to New York was their center in 1937. He played
I was
center
going to say
and
it's probably been
defense.
almost 100 years ago.
Yeah, he played defense and he was their center. I think he ended up maybe winning it or finishing second in the voting. So it's about time Vandy.
That's crazy. A center.
It talks. I mean, that's Vandy's program, and I think what Clark Lee has done down there, bringing Pavia in, who nobody wanted, brought him in from New Mexico State, where Clark Lee was at, and said, "Hey,
that was cool. That was cool after the game too to see him, talk to some of the Tennessee players who also played at New Mexico State as well."
Yep. And I did think it was cool too. I don't know if you called it too. Vanderbilt's baseball coach was on the sidelines there for Pavia, and apparently he's one of Pavia's mentors as well. And Pavia apparently is very close with the baseball program, knows everybody, does a bunch of stuff. He's donated a lot of his own NIL funding to the baseball program to help cover some athletes' stuff. So Pavia, he persuades, or what am I saying? He comes off as this cocky kind of prick in a way, but you can tell he's very into the Vanderbilt program, and I think that's something Vanderbilt really needed.
Persona.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, Castle, that covers college football and the end of the regular season. We're looking toward conference championships and playoffs. Final thoughts from you, Big Dog?
Big week. Tune in this week. Covering a lot of basketball, a lot of local basketball. So make sure y'all tune into that. We're excited to cover this and hopefully give y'all some good media coverage.
Yep, absolutely. Good luck to the Pioneers this season in their basketball, and whatever happens, we'll be there for it all. Also, good luck to Union as they represent Southwest Virginia in the state playoff game against Glenbar. And, guys, tune in Tuesday on ESPN stuff to see how these playoff rings shake out. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
We appreciate you guys. You are the best. TTS, we out.
We out. Bye. This episode is brought to you by Next Level Fitness Club in Lebanon, Virginia. 1806 East Main Street, Lebanon, Virginia, 24266. They are a 24/7 gym facility, 24/7 tanning. They also offer certified personal training and certified functional fitness classes to fit all needs. If you're in the market for a gym membership, this is a great place to hit up. Hit up Ethan, Tyler, or Jordan at any of their numbers, and check out their website at www.nextlevelfitnessclub276.com.